Hey guys, welcome to Punky's World. This is our Ancestors for Free third installment. This installment, we're going to talk about nationwide record sites and some of the things that I went through some of the sites last night. At the end of the series, we're going to go through a roundup of sites. Obviously, not every site that's in this book. That's not humanly possible. But unless we'd like to make an 8-hour video or something, which nobody would want to watch. So, nationwide sites. For records, you have Family Search, which is top of the top for free sites. The Hathi Trust. It's all one word. I looked at that. It does have records, and they're building their records, but they're not there yet in terms of enough records to really help everyone yet. And they have specific types of records. That's what I should have said. So not everybody's going to benefit, which is fine, because every genealogist is doing different things with different ethnic groups, different families, so you need different resources. Access genealogy is growing and growing, adding new databases all the time, as is American History and Genealogy Project. They both look like they're going to be top-notch in the future. I mean, they already have quite a number of records, but they're still growing. So, it'll be interesting to see as they grow. Reclaim the records. They're constantly growing, because what they do is they file Freedom of Information Act they file under the Freedom of Information Act to get the records. If the records are refused to them, they sue under the Freedom of Information Act. And they have been able to get records from a lot of states. Mostly New York, New Jersey. They're still working on it. You know, it's growth, it's work in progress, because it takes a long time to go through the court to get your hands on the records, then to digitize them, which is what they're doing. So it's a project and a half. And I believe my mother was the first one that showed me Reclaim the Records, if I'm not mistaken. Or I showed her, but I think she showed me. Some sites have records from all states, like I said. Also, look up your state of interest. Next time we're focusing on states' records. I got a piece of my hair that's out of my ponytail, but anyway, and I think it's amazing that Reclaim the Records actually puts them up for free after the money they spend on FOIA requests. I Dream of Genealogy is growing, but looks like it's going to be an amazing resource. All of these sites are still growing. I Dream of Genealogy seems like it's newer, so it has a lot less on it right now. But if you look back in 6 months, it may have doubled, resources. So I checked out the Mid-Continent Library, and I said, oh, I'll get a free library card, because I noticed that they had, for free through them, you could get the other newspaper site. I have newspapers.com, but you could get the other paid newspaper site through them. And I discovered that you have to live in either Kansas or Missouri. So, unless you live in Kansas or Missouri, yeah. If you do, I highly recommend you sign up. It should tell you that at the top of the page, but that's just my opinion. Also, our library, with the help of the Boston Public Library, has digitized our town reports, which is awesome. So I'm going to take a look at those. They go all the way back to 1870, which is amazing. I don't need them quite that far back, but she actually typed out how to do it, so that's amazing. Okay. So I'm definitely going to do that. And I highly recommend that you check out libraries near you, because some of them do have what's called remote access with your library card for free to paid databases. For instance, I can get them into MyHeritage for free through, I want to say it's through Worcester Library. Yeah, it's through Worcester Library. Some libraries require you to come in to gain access to certain databases. Well, to certain sites. Like, they require you to come in to access Ancestry through the library for free, but MyHeritage you can access remotely. It just depends on the subscription that they have to the particular site. Do they have a remote subscription, or do they have just an in-library one? It also depends on the amount of money the library would like to spend, because it costs more to do it that way. During the pandemic, you actually could access Ancestry remotely from the Worcester Library. It was a bonus that they gave the library for whatever, because you couldn't go into the library. So they said, we'll let you use it remotely for this period of time. Trying to think of any other. So next time we will, like I said, we'll go into states. I usually use my own states, but remember, there are links for every state in the Union in this book. I highly recommend this book, and for a book this size to only cost $10 is a great deal. If you look this size in a bookstore, you're going to pay 20, 25. Seriously. See how thick it is? You're going to pay that for it. Now, I'll grant you that includes the e-copy with the PDF copy with all the links highlighted so you can click on them all. So, and try to remember, and I'll reiterate this when I do estates, some databases are only indexes. An index means you're going to get the basics. You're not going to get a full record. You're going to get the name, the date, and the place. Connecticut has indexes, like death indexes and stuff. You get a name, a date, and a place. You don't get who the informant was. You don't get, in the death index, you're not going to get who the informant was. You're not going to get the cause of death. You're not going to get the surviving spouse. Nothing. You're going to get name, date, place. You're not going to get the place of birth. You're going to get name, date, place. Because they want you to pay for the rest of it by ordering the record. The whole idea of an index is to say, okay, there it is, order it. Rather than going somewhere where you can actually view the actual image of the record, which I prefer. Connecticut frustrates me. Connecticut has frustrated me for 2 decades now. So, and I'm not alone. Wish Reclaim the Records would fight with Connecticut. Anyway, it looks like it's crooked. I don't think it is. No, it's not. Nope. That's funny. Oh, I know why. Because I see so much more of the chair. Which is basically, well, it's not the same color as my hair, but they're both dark. Anyway, so yeah. This is probably the best genealogy book I've ever bought. My mother would have loved this book. This would have become her Bible for genealogy, for sure. She would have loved it. And she would have had the PDF of it up in the background all the time, clicking on sites and doing things. She just would have had a ball with it. And it would have been nice if she could have seen it, But now I have it, and I know she's out there saying, thank you for continuing, of course. So, it's my goal. I know what I want for my birthday. I want to go to the Enfield Lookout and to the Quabbin Cemetery. And I would take you for that. It's in 2 weeks, so probably not this year. But actually, it's in about 4 weeks. Yeah, about 4 weeks. So maybe it's possible. I'll have to talk with Dawn. So that's, skin is just falling off my leg. Just yuck. Black chair, white skin. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you learned something. I'm checking the time. And hopefully you'll continue to learn right alongside of me. I will continue to learn. And I will see you tomorrow, like I said, for resources by state. So that will be fun. As for the rest of today, I am going to continue to go through the kid missing files, and I'm also going to look up these cases that I wrote down for updates, because I need to get my August updates. So, God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe. I will see you tomorrow. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers by August 4th. We got about 4 more weeks. And we're almost at 60. So we're doing very well. God bless you. Bye, guys. Mwah.